Day 1 of the 2021 Wimbledon Championships, albeit riddled with rain early on, still provided us with some great storylines. The main ones from today were Sloane Stephens and Frances Tiafoe earning excellent wins on the top two short courts. First in action was Francis, and he defeated third seed and French Open finalist Stefanos Tsitsipas 6-4, 6-4, 6-3. Even though I did pick Stefanos to ultimately come through, this result isn't too surprising because, as I said in my preview, Francis had much more preparation on the grass, winning that Nottingham Challenger and doing good in Queens. Meanwhile, Stefanos opted not to play a grass court tune-up, which is fine as he did need additional time to recover from the Roland Garros run. I think the final toss could have also affected him because even though he did achieve an incredible feat in making the last two, he looked very gutted to have not gone all the way. Game-wise, he did not play his best, but it wasn't necessarily poor. I think that Tiafoe caught him off guard by how proactive he played this match, charging the net quite a lot of times, looking to move forward whenever possible. He also mixed up his serves quite a bit, which threw off Tsitsipas' rhythm. I truly am surprised though that Francis won this match in straights because even when he was up 2-0, I had a feeling that Tsitsipas would take advantage of a potential lapse in play from the American. But Tiafoe actually grabbed an early break in the third, which proved to be very crucial. The Greekman did have opportunities in that final set, even aside from the break points, as some games went to deuce on Francis' serve that I felt that if Tsitsipas had won, the tide would have shifted. At times, it did seem like Tiafoe was tight, making a lot of his service games more complicated than need be. However, he did have some clutch play when it came time to close it, which ultimately made the difference. As I keep mentioning, Stefanos wasn't very opportunistic, going 0 for 7 on break points this match. Still, Francis had both the energy and crowd support behind him, and Tsitsipas could never really get going to get himself back into the match. This is Francis' first top 5 win, and he does have a decent opportunity to make another deep major run, like he did at the 2019 Australian Open, making the last 8 there. If he plays like how he did today, he can beat anyone in his section, but it won't be easy. Focusing on the present though, congratulations Francis on a huge first round win. Moving over to the other major results, Sloane Stephens knocked out 10th seed and 2-time Wimbledon champion Petra Kvitova 6-3, 6-4. This was also a surprise to many despite Sloane's reputation, as Kvitova was deemed as the far superior grass court player. However, Sloane played this match perfectly, hitting with great depth to prevent Kvitova from teeing off on her shots. Also, Sloane's physicality worked to her advantage because oftentimes Petra felt the need to overhit to get balls by the American. Still, the Czech woman had quite a few chances to break early in the second set, but was unable to convert, which I think made a huge difference. Kvitova has also been struggling at SW19 lately, not making it past the 4th round since winning her 2014 title. This season brought obviously a tough draw for her, as playing Sloane, who's back in form, was tough, but the Czech woman wasn't at all at her best and hasn't really been at her best all season. Focusing on Sloane, she looked good today and has the potential to look even deadlier if she makes the serve a bigger weapon. She has a decent draw, and while it's still very early, she could go deep this event. Sloane next plays compatriot Christy On, who pulled off an incredible come-from-behind victory to oust Brit Heather Watson 2-6, 7-6, 8-6. The American woman had a good showing today, going 6-2 in the completed matches. 4th seed Kenin picked up a solid win over Wang Jingyu, winning 6-4, 6-2. Madison Keys, who I actually picked to reach the finals in the bottom half, also looked strong, beating Katie Swan 3-4. Danielle Collins, on the other hand, had to go the distance, coming back to defeat Polona Hercog 4-6, 6-3, 6-2. Looking at other women's results, the highest 2 seeds in action, Aryna Sabalenka and Iga Swiatek picked up straight set victories. Sabalenka beat Nikolescu 6-1, 6-4, while Swiatek took out Sue Shea 4-4. However, 11 seed Garbiñe Muguruza had the most impressive performance of the day, crushing Frenchwoman Fiona Ferro 6-love, 6-1 in 50 minutes. Muguruza was projected to face Svetlana Kuznetsova next, but the Russian lost her match in straight sets. 18th seed Elena Rybakina also had a good win, beating Mladenovic 6-4, 6-love. 32nd, Ekaterina Alexandrova also looked very solid, beating Laura Siegemund 6-1, 6-3. A seed who did not advance though was Veronika Kudermetova, who fell to Swiss woman Victoria Gojovic 3-6, 6-1, 11-9. I actually called this upset in my preview because Gojovic had good form in the grass season lead-up events. Another match that went the distance was between Americans Brengel and Mikhail, who were at 7-6 in the third when play was suspended. 3 additional women's matches were suspended due to darkness. Over to the men's side, Novak Djokovic opened the day of play, playing 19-year-old Brit Jack Draper. Djokovic recovered from a slow-ish start to advance fairly easily, 4-6, 6-1, 6-2, 6-2. Draper, after playing a shaky opening few games, was able to take advantage of a Novak lapse in the third game to get the long necessary break to take the opener. Novak had an opportunity to break Draper in the second game of the match, but he fell on break point, which I think affected him a bit in that subsequent game. However, there would be no additional breakpoint opportunities for the 19-year-old, as Novak was excellent on serve throughout this match, striking down 25 aces, hitting 78% of first serves in, winning 87% of points when doing so. One game in particular, when he was serving for the third set, Djokovic hit 4 aces in a row to close out the game in 46 seconds. I think if he continues to serve like this, he'll be extremely difficult to beat this event. Up next, Novak plays Kevin Anderson, a rematch of the 2018 Wimbledon final. I think Djokovic should be fine and get through without too much drama. 5th and 8th seeds Andrei Rublev and Roberto Bautista Agut managed to get their matches in, both advancing in 4 sets. 25th seed Karen Khachanov also got by in 4, defeating Mackenzie McDonald. However, we did see some seeded players fall, Jannik Sinner going out to Martin Fucsovics. This wasn't really a surprise, as the Italian doesn't have a lot of experience on grass, while Martin is always dangerous in these slams. Also, big serving American Riley Opelka lost in straights to Dominic Kupfer. Meanwhile, an American man who was successful was another College Park trainee, Denis Kutla, who came back from 2 sets to love to defeat Alejandro Davidovich Fokina 5-7, 4-6, 7-6, 6-3, 6-3. I also kind of caught this in my preview because even though Fokina had been far more successful this season and won the boys event here at Wimbledon in 2017, Kutla really loves the grass and has had solid showings on it this season. The final seed to fall was Nikoloz Basilashvili, losing to 3-time slam winner Andy Murray 6-4, 6-3, 5-7, 6-3. This was a very bizarre match because Murray had a firm grip on things, being up 2 sets to love and 5-love in the third. However, Andy squandered 3 opportunities to serve things out and dropped 2 match points. The Georgian managed to win 7 games in a row to grab the third set, but his momentum was halted after players were forced off the court so that the roof could be closed to combat the darkness. Andy clearly regrouped very well despite the disappointing third and battled through to reach the second round. This was Andy's first singles match at Wimbledon since 2017, which was the tournament everything changed for him physically. It's really great to see him back on center court and winning because things looked very dark in 2019. Because of that, a lot of people have been wondering if this was Murray's last time competing in his home slam. He, however, addressed such concerns in his post-match interview saying, "I keep being asked if this is my last Wimbledon or last match. No, I want to play. I'm enjoying it and can still play at the highest level. He's ranked 28 in the world and I have hardly played any matches and I beat him. I will keep going." The Brit has a decent opportunity to make a good run here, next playing a qualifier at either Alta or Rinderknech. Those 2 matches were suspended at 9-all in the 5th. Diego Schwartzman and Fabio Fognini were also ushered off early, but both held 2 sets to love leads. 13th seed though Gael Monfils had split sets and was getting ready to start a tiebreaker in the third. While the Frenchman is on the brink of another early exit, he did provide us with a shot of the day, hitting this crazy tweener volley winner. Looking ahead to tomorrow's action, it will be very jam-packed because there's the originally scheduled matches, suspended matches, and just matches that were cancelled due to earlier rain to be played. On center court, Ash Barty, Roger Federer, and Serena Williams headline action. Then on court number 1, we have a German takeover with Zverev, Kerber, and Struff, who takes on Medvedev. On the second court, Coco Gauff and Bibi Andreescu are in action. Then on court number 3, 5-time champion Venus Williams begins play, followed by Roland Garros champ Barbora Krejcikova, Dimitrov, then Algier Aliassime. That's all for this day 1 recap, and let me know in the comments your thoughts of Sloane and Tiafoe's great wins, plus some other results. Also, make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell so you're notified whenever I post a day 2 video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time here on Grand Slam Tennis News Today.